Excited that you're all joining us today. We are launching 2 new products today. And yes, we are giving both products away to one of those of you who decides to participate in our fun little conversation contest. And so one of the things that we're going to be showing has to do with feet. And one of the things that we're going to be showing you has to do with foot, ankle, and calves. So my question to all of you, number one, is where are you tuning in from? Because we are live right now on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And I want to know where you're from. I know here lately we've had a big change in our time, big change in our weather. And so our bodies are going to start to ache a little bit depending on where you're at. So I'm curious as to where you're listening from. If you can enter in what state or city you're listening from and what platform. I know Facebook pops up. I'm seeing St. Louis with Angela here. Awesome to see you tonight. Behind me here is one of my longtime clients. Her name is Dawn. And so many of you have always said, hey, I really wish I lived closer to you. Well, one of the benefits of living really close to my facility is when you just randomly happen to walk in the door for your regular everyday routine workout, and Amber walks out into the gym and says, I need you to come and demo this product. That's one of the many benefits is you get to try all these products for free, and you just never know when you're going to get pulled in to try a product. So Dawn here, I've been working with her for over 8 years, and she has no clue what we're talking about here tonight. So you are going to get a raw, organic approach, feedback from her as to how she's feeling. And ironically enough, she actually has foot pain today. So as soon as she asked me to fix her feet, I thought, oh, I need you first. I'm going to have you try out this product, and then I'll fix your feet. So anyhow, super excited to see all of you guys here. We've got Texas, and we got Tennessee and Florida. And I'm seeing a lot of regulars here. I'm super excited to see all you back tonight. If you recently have purchased and received one of the products we've launched in the last month, give me a shout out as to what you've got going on and if you're really liking it. We've been featuring a lot of red light therapy here lately in the last month. And I think we have launched most all of our red light therapy products. Oh, I like it. The Show Me State, Miss Pat. Good to see you today. And we've got Chuck in Illinois, and you're just right next door in Illinois, right? Okay, so tonight is all about the lower body. It's all about feet, calves, and ankles, and thighs. And I'm excited to share with you 2 new products. What I want you to do in order to be able to win one of these products is I want you to put on here if you are having pain in your lower body. And if you are one of those who is going to be a winner of receiving one of these products, I don't get to choose that. I leave that all up to everybody there in backstage with Lifepro. But if you're interested in winning one of these products, let me know exactly where you're needing to use it and for what purpose, so that I can make sure and guide you with the right directions as to how to use it. I'm seeing Alberto from California. You were here last week. I enjoyed your comments. Keep them coming. So if you're interested in winning the VibraCare Plus foot massager or the Radiate compression sleeves, the Radiate, they're called the Radiate Pro compression sleeve. Very similar to some of our other boots that we've released, but these are bigger and better. I'm going to show you each one of these products, but I want to know from each one of you guys that are interested in receiving one of these, where you're going to use it and why. And that way I can direct you, because I work on feet a lot. In fact, I worked on a woman's foot yesterday. She had been suffering of chronic pain for several years, and she's completely pain-free after 1 shot in our facility. So naturally, we used some of the Lifepro products on her, and she contacted me today glowing and exciting. And this is why I do what I do, is because I absolutely love that we are able to change lives each and every day, here and afar, so that we can, give you the best version of yourself, so that you can continue to dream really big for a better today, tomorrow. All right. I even wore, we are launching the Radiate Pro. So I wore my radiating leggings of happy colors because color is very psychologically enabling. So when we're down, We think gray and black and not so pretty colors. So I wore my bling, bling, bling britches in order to give you some radiating energy, okay? All right, so this right here, VibraCare Plus Foot Massager. It weighs a whopping 14 pounds, right? A whopping 14 pounds. So a lot lighter than some of the other products that we have. You're going to see it's very similar to one of our other products. It has a bar right here that can be used for your piggly wigglies or for the arch of your foot, or if you decide to drive your heel into it. This vibrates differently than the rest of this does, and it's all textured so that you can really keep position on the device while feeling and receiving the energy. The VibraCare Plus Foot features, not only the large massaging pads, but a full foot and lower leg massage. So not only can you use this on your feet, but you can also use this on your calves. And depending on how you want to think about it, if I happen to turn this bad boy around, I can also use it on my arms, okay? Now, it doesn't tell you to use it in your arms in the owner's manual, but you can use it in your arms. So if you think about how much you type, okay, if you put this device up on a platform here, or like I'm going to use my treatment table, you can tilt it back and actually use it, or prop it up. You can use it on a flat surface and be able to use it for a variety of different applications. What makes it nice is that the arch massager right through here, it's going to loosen up hard to reach areas. So if you're somebody who doesn't like to have your feet touched, do you like to have you love having your feet rubbed?
I do now. I didn't used to.
Okay, so we've done, just to give you guys some insight on how Dawn and I met. I'm not only her personal trainer, but also medical provider to her. And we've had a lot of foot problems with you over the last 8 years. What kind of foot pain did you start with? You started in your heel and in your arch. Yeah, she started with plantar fasciitis. And do you have any plantar fasciitis today?
Mm-mm.
None. Zip. Any surgery?
No.
No? You did have custom orthotics for a while, right?
Yes.
And we pulled you out of those and put you in just over-the-counter cheapies, like $40. You just mold into them over time. Got her in the right footwear, because a lot of people don't have the right footwear on. They wear what looks really nice on the shelf, or they wear what somebody has told them that they probably need, when it really creates more problems than it's solving. So we have fixed your plantar fasciitis. We've also had calf cramping from time to time over the years. But what do we got going on today?
I have a toe that, I don't know how to describe it. It hits before my other toes do, so it causes pain.
Okay, one foot is a little more, or one toe on her foot is just a little more demanding than the others. And that one little piggy does not like to fall in sequential pattern where it's supposed to. So in other words, that one little toe is supposed to be a bench warmer on the team, but it's trying to step and be a varsity starter when we need to let all the other toes do their varsity starting jobs, while the bench warmer kind of forms in as a stabilizer. So this little toe is deciding not to follow the sequential pattern. And so we are working with Dawn to kind of get everything to work kinetically the way that it's supposed to, while reducing pain at the same time. And sometimes it is a true injury, and sometimes it is a mental block. Sometimes it's something that happens over time, that our body reroutes from our brain to our foot how everything is supposed to sequentially fire. And I do a lot of corrective type exercises with that, not only from a physical standpoint, but a mental standpoint. So you were able to kind of play around with that the last couple of days and found a secret trick that works. We're not going to give that trick away, because you got to call us for that. but we do a lot of stuff around barefoot. But when I first started working with Dawn, she really did not like her feet touched. Why is that?
I don't know. It's just kind of weird.
Kind of weird to have your feet touched, right? Had you had people trying working on your plantar fasciitis before you came in to see me the first time?
Other than a podiatrist.
Okay. But did they touch your feet?
Yes.
And was it painful?
One was and one wasn't.
Uh-huh. So you'd be surprised how many people come in to see me. And how are my foot massages?
Oh, they're wonderful.
Heavenly, with magic hands. So anyways, when Dawn first started coming in for not only just foot massage, but a lot of other, we do total body for her as well from time to time. It's usually a holiday treat. Your husband usually comes in and buys you a gift certificate every year for a massage.
Yes.
But anyhow, when Dawn came in, so the secret with integrating neurosensory with feet, most people who don't like to have their feet touched have had a bad experience. And if you've had a bad experience and you just can't get over that hump, or you can't find somebody who knows how to work on feet from the standpoint that it provides calming relief, because remember, 80% of the neurosensors that give your brain feedback of where you're at in space and how you're grounding with earth only exist on the skin on the bottom of your feet. So if you have had somebody approach your feet and it's been painful, then naturally you are automatically guarded, because that stimulates a response in the brain like we're going into protective mode. And so each and every time that somebody goes to approach to touch your feet, you go into that guarding mode until you experience somebody who can touch you without making you freak out. In other words, it's like, I can't wait to go see Amber because her feet massages are going to be amazing, and I can actually relax and feel really good. So but we have to make sure that we're taking care of our feet, because if we don't ground from the earth, from our feet up, nothing else stacks properly in our body. And our brain has this miraculous way of rerouting information to getting us from point A to point B, regardless of what it takes, so that we can continue to survive. It's a survival instinct, okay? If you don't like your feet being touched, I will tell you, if you go, I'm not against the foot massage facilities or going into getting a pedicure, but a lot of those individuals have a very short amount of education. And what I want you to remember, 25% of the bones in the human body are in the foot ankle. So when you're trying to maneuver in all those nerve endings and all those neurosensors on the skin, we have over 100 ligaments in the foot. And so when we start manipulating how our foot is structurally put together, it can be very, very painful. And Noreen, you're exactly right. You can control the entire human body through the bottom of the foot by accessing the pressure points, acupressure points, acupuncture points, and reflexology points associated with the entire body. I do a form of acupuncture and doing a lot of work with soft tissue work on the bottom of the feet, because everything that holds the human frame together starts on the feet. So we have to make sure that we're pampering our feet, or the rest of our body doesn't work together the way it's supposed to. But if you're somebody who has had a bad experience with foot massage, this is your secret for kind of breaking the mold and getting your feet pampered again so that you can get to moving the way that you want to. If you are interested in, if you've been to physical therapy, you've seen a podiatrist, and you're not getting any better and you're not having any results, I've been specializing in feet for about 20 years. And so if you are needing some different exercises to use for the feet, if you go to YouTube, through Lifepro, we have a video on there that says Amber Kivett, Amber last name Kivett, Kivett, plantar fasciitis or barefoot. If you go on there, we have covered this a couple of times, and my entire barefoot program is on there. And it is an exclusive program that I created under the direction of one of the world's top podiatrists. So going back to the VibraCare Plus foot massager, not to get off topic, this right today is normally right at $200. It's usually $199.99. And today, for the next few weeks during the holidays, we're going to be launching this for $149.99 without having to have a coupon. You can use the Amazon or you can use Lifepro, but just remember, with everything that's going on with the shipping and delivery challenges with truck drivers and companies with trying to staff, most of our turnaround times are, you're going to get some of these things very quickly within 3 or 4 days, and some of them might take a week or two. So just be patient with us as we are trying to get your products out to you. But that being said, if you're wanting to buy any of these products that we are featuring during these launches or during our specials, make sure that you get them sooner than later, because I know, like with the VibraCare mask, I actually called yesterday to order 20 of them for a women's event that I'm hosting this weekend, and they sold out of those really fast. So there's no way of telling like how long it's going to take for these products to leave the shelves. So if you are interested in putting one of these really cool devices back that everybody's got to have for Christmas because nobody sees them on the shelf, and it's like that really cool factor gift that everybody's not seen but once, now's the time to get it so that you can put it back in the closet for when it matters and you need it the most. So, but anyhow, the VibraCare Plus foot massager, right here, as far as the length goes, it'll hold a size 15-inch length foot. So if you have big feet, your foot will fit on here just fine. It's 13 inches wide and it's 10 inches high up and down. It runs on a frequency of 50 to 60 hertz, just give or take, depending on which level that we're in. In your owner's manual, when you get your owner's manual, I want you to focus on pages 18 to 21, because on those pages, we're going to give you all the tips, tricks, safety guidelines, and maintenance cleaning procedures to keep this rolling and working well for the lifetime of the product. Remember, because Lifepro is so awesome, we provide a limited lifetime warranty. So if you do have any problems with your device in the time that you have it, give us a call and let us know, or shoot us an email to support@lifeprofitness.com, because they'll take care of you. If they can't fix the device, then they'll get you another one. Okay, so getting back into, if you have, if you're just wanting relaxation, if you have neuropathy, if you have plantar fasciitis, if you've got a neuroma, there's so many different foot conditions that you can have. Maybe you've just been standing on concrete for several hours a day. This is your go-to at night when you're sitting down and just totally chilling out. Or maybe you need this at your desk just to keep your feet stimulated so that you can keep your brain turned on and keep it alert when you're trying to work at your computer. We've got 5 preset programs on here. And we've also got a manual mode setting. We've got 30 intensity levels, 3 different positions that you can massage. It does have a remote control and it uses a wall to charge, but it also, you can do a lot of different things with it. It does have a heat feature on here. It takes about 5 minutes to heat up, from 108 degrees to 113 degrees, give or take. And it's got a default setting time of 10 minutes. It is not waterproof. So make sure that you don't approach it with wet feet or wet socks. And if it were up to me, I would go barefoot, because we want to tickle and enrich those little neuroreceptors on the bottom of your feet. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this on so you can all see this in action. It does have a remote control, so that if you don't want to bend over and use the control panel here, you can do everything here from the remote. Okay. And so we're going to go ahead and get this plugged in. It plugs in right here on the outside. And I'm going to position this over here in front of Dawn first so that she can enjoy it. Maybe. All right. We are on. We heard the beep. Okay. Now, I'm going to bring everybody closer to us so that you can enjoy us up close in person. Okay. So here's our device. That might be too close and in person. Either way, we're kind of trying to get used to these wonderful tablet devices here. Okay. So as we're getting comfortable here, when we go to turn it on, we've got our power button right here on the outside, and it automatically by default goes to 15 minutes. Okay. We have our P setting, which is always our preset program. Okay. And so if we tap on that, you're going to see these little green boxes light up. So P1, P2, P3, P4, P5. And with P5, it automatically kicks into a heat feature. If you choose that you don't want the heat feature on, you can turn the heat feature off automatically, okay? But each one of these preset programs is going to give you a 10-minute preset time, but the default time automatically is set for 15 minutes. So there's your 15-minute manual mode time. All right, so let's just say if we turn this on, and I'm going to turn it level, so you can almost see it moving. It's a very subtle vibration. You really can't even see it moving, but I promise it's moving. And I'm going to slide this over to Dawn, and then I'm going to adjust my camera so you can all see. And so Dawn, if you want to use it for the calves, if you, you can, 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 The camera is a little stubborn. There we go. I'm trying to think backwards here. Let's do this. I'm going to take this out here for just a second. Bear with me, peeps. I'm so sorry. Okay. There we go. On the floor to get it right. You can barely tell that it's actually vibrating. But I promise you, if you see it from my angle, it's actually vibrating. What do you feel, Dawn, on your calves?
It's relaxing.
Relaxing, but not overstimulating.
No, not overstimulating.
Okay. And what we're going to do here is I'm going to try and maneuver this. There we go. I'm going to turn this around and face it the other way. And now, what I want you to do, go barefoot. You're the first person to ever use this. Go barefoot. Because you love having your socks off. Sorry, I am so backwards with this camera. There we go. And so we're on an angle right now. Okay, we're on an angle. And you can barely see that her feet are vibrating, but your toes are on the toe bar, right? And what do you feel? Especially in that sore toe.
I don't know, just a little bit of, relief. I don't know.
A little bit of relief. But it's not painful.
No, not painful at all.
Good. Okay, now that's in manual mode, okay? So what we're going to do, so this high bar is used for the Piggly Wigglies or for the arch. So the next thing I want you to do is go ahead and put your arch up here. Yeah. Yep. And you just used your foot to increase the speed, funny enough. Okay, so this is the arch bar right here if you choose to use the arch bar. Now, the other thing that's really cool that you can do if you really need to is if you don't like the sensitivity of this on the arch, what you can do is you can put a towel roll underneath of your foot and use that as an arch support, and the energy will vibrate through the towel. So you can use remember, vibrational energy will transfer from object to object. So if you have something that your therapist has recommended that you do, like a roller, or if you, even if you're wanting to work with a tennis ball or a therapy ball, you can use something like that underneath of your foot while you're actually using the device. Okay, so let's go ahead. I want you to use your toes to do this, but use your toes and just change the preset program. So go ahead and push pause using your right big toe. Right big toe.
Pause.
Yep. It's going to be that triangle there at the right. There you go. Now, I want you to use your right toe, whichever one you choose, and tap on that P until you see a P1 or a P2. There you go. And push start. So you're going to push the triangle. There you go. So again, Dawn has never used this device before, so this is all brand new to her. And what's your first impression?
I like it.
You like it.
At the end of the day, this would be wonderful.
Yes, dexterity training definitely inclusive, right?
Yes.
Okay, now what you guys are not seeing, that you guys are used to seeing with our vibration platforms, her calves are not vibrating much. All of this is going through the feet. So it is not a teeter-tottering, it's not an oscillating effect. This is a pulsation type of energy on high level of intensity. So if you are one who likes to feel the vibration platform shaking things about, then this is not going to shake things about. This is just accessing the bottom of the feet, and that's it. Okay? Nice. Now, is that too much, or is that feeling good?
That's good.
And it's changing automatically. It's a preset program, so it's kind of doing its own thing.
It's kind of high intensity right now.
It is a high intensity right now. Okay. Now, I'm going to have you guys all facing me because I got to switch this camera around. There we go. And I want to get this from a different angle over here so that you can see. I'm not biased on one angle versus another, but you can all see how this is working. Her feet are vibrating, that we can see it from here. You can't really see it through the camera all that much, but her toes are vibrating, and it is not painful, correct?
It's not painful. I like this high one better.
She likes the high energy better. It does break up scar tissue. Yes, mechanical vibration application will break up scar tissue. So it is a go for scar tissue. Okay, now I'm going to put everybody back into my cradle here. So bear with me as I get my camera resituated. And you're going to see Dawn's beautiful face and how relaxed that she is as we adjust here. This is what happens when you don't have your own crew for videos. There we go. Okay. So now we can see from afar how this is working. Now, the other thing that's really cool, let's say you want to change positioning. So go ahead and pick your feet up. All you got to do is tilt. So we just did a little tilt-a-whirl, okay? And we're going to slide this back, and then you can lay your calves there. And now we're working calves, and if she needs to work on a stretch, I'm just going to give her a little help here, being a helper with a helping hand. Now, if we're using that arch bar around the base of her calf or into the Achilles area, just to give it a little more relaxation there. So there's several different positions that you can use this. Specifically, it gives you a total of 3 massage positions, but you can get creative and use it however you want to. All right. Can you use it without the tow bar? You can. So the tow bar is inclusive. There's not a button that just turns the tow bar off, if that makes sense. Now, what I want you to show, Dawn, as we're working here, oh, that's a way better angle. Okay, what I want you to show is I want you to show everybody in the audience how you can move the platform. So you're going to put your feet on top. And I want you, so she's not using the tow bar right now. I want you to rock it forward and show everybody. There you go. And now it's changing in that, yeah, now you're getting some calf integration here. So I can feel this working her way up the calves. So she can actually do this all on her own without me having to assist. And right now, she's not using the tow bar. So you have the option of putting weight there on the tow bar. Because she's pushing it away from her, we're getting more of the anterior tibialis muscle group here and the toe extenders, okay, or toe flexors, versus if we tilt back, we go into more of a dorsiflex position where we're working this stretch back here in the Achilles and the plantar fascia on the bottom. So you can use it however you need to in order to loosen up or deliver mechanical vibrational energy to one side or another on the foot, okay? Now, the other thing I want to show you, and I haven't tried this. This is going to vibrate in your lap if we were to actually put it on your lap for your arms. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it on this chair, on this little stool. I'm going to push pause here for a sec. Just like you're at a desk, right? And I want you to use it on your arms. And I'm not giving you any directions on how to do it. I just want you to get comfortable with whatever works for you. What does that do for you?
Feels good.
Okay.
Loosen anything up if you're, I don't know, if people's are tight.
Yeah. Now, this is not the best tool for this purpose. If you have something in your forearms that you're wanting to work, we have another tool that works better for that. But just showing you how you can multitask using the same device if you're wanting to. It can help with the forearms, but I will tell you, with where her fingertips are in correlation to the control panel, there's no screen lock button, so it wouldn't take much for her to tap that control and then it kicks it off. So that's the only challenge. Now, on the remote, we do have a screen lock key on the remote. So if I use the remote, now you can actually let your fingers relax like you're holding a mouse. And now it's not going to kick it off. How cool is that? Yes.
Yeah.
So now, do you feel that vibration into your thighs?
Yeah.
And is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Good.
Okay, so you're getting thigh vibration at the same time that you're getting it into the forearms. You see, I didn't tell her any of this because I wanted you to get raw, organic feedback from Dawn. On our remote here, we have our preset button here, preset program button. We have our lock feature. We have our heat. We also have the sound off button. So we've talked about before how some people have animals at home. And if you have animals where you've got children or you've got individuals, especially hearing aids who are ultra sensitive to certain beeps, you can actually turn that beep off so it's not annoying. And we just turn the sound button off so that as she's using this, she doesn't have to listen to it transitioning from one level to another. We also have a 15 and a 30 button so that you can rapid fire switch up programming just tapping on that 15 or that 30. You ready to try out the other device?
Sure.
Okay. I'm pulling her in for all this. Okay. So we have turned off that device. And the next one is one of my personal favorites. Okay. My next one is another set of compression sleeves, very similar to boots. And I am caught up in the sheets. You don't want to get caught up in the sheets at my place, that's for sure. Right? Yeah. That usually means you're having a good, relaxing experience. Okay. We've got a new set of boots. Okay. Now, in the past, we have launched a product that is called the Thrive. And we have had the Thrive Plus and the Thrive X. Okay. I want to clarify this right now across the board. Because we have run into some trademarking issues with Amazon, not a bad thing because Amazon is awesome. We are launching a new and improved version of these boots, and they're called the Radiate Pro Compression Sleeve. And so again, I wore my radiating energy tights to be able to show you the Radiate Pro compression sleeve. It is a compression sleeve, but it's going to go on very similar like a boot does. And it's way cheaper than the Axis compression boots that zip all the way up the front. So this is not a fully enclosed leg. This is a Velcro closure leg. But many of you were interested in something like this before. When you order these and when you receive them, it's going to say Thrive Pro on the product until they're able to get the naming switched over. But for trademarking purposes, with Amazon and for our Lifepro products and the longevity of the company, they came up with this far sexier name called Radiate because radiating energy and radiating with relief versus we all like to thrive, right? But we're going to convert to Radiate, which is about energy, right? So lots of positive energy. So the other thing, though, that we ran into over time was that the original Thrive series of compression sleeves and boots did not work very well for individuals who have a little bit more circumference around the thigh, knee, or the calves. So that being said, if you've got lymphedema, if you've got cellulitis, if you've got certain things going on, you're dealing with peripheral edema, some individuals who are dealing with neuropathy might have more swelling in their extremity. We made specifically on the Radiate Pro compression sleeves, we made these bigger around in circumference from the foot, the calf, and the thigh, so that those of you who can't squeeze into the originals, we have improved the product so that you have the opportunity to use them without having to spend, $700 or $400 on a set of boots that zip up. Okay. Now, I still love the Axis compression boots. In fact, I ordered several pairs of them this last week because it's the #1 product that's used in my facility, but they are a lot more expensive because you're getting a much different type of application product. So if you're wanting something very similar to those, but a far more improved version of what we used to have out with the Thrive, these are the Radiate Pro compression sleeves. They're going to feature, again, they're normally $149.99, and with the product launch promotion starting today and through the next couple weeks through the holidays, you can buy these for only $99.99 a pair. which is unbelievably cheap for what you're getting. If you've ever gone in for surgery and you have to be in a recovery room, they're more than often than not going to have you in a set of compression sleeves in order to keep circulation and to prevent from developing blood clots. So if you have a circulatory problem, or if you have had a history of not being able to mobilize lymph in your extremities, or you just are wanting to get that lactic acid and all of the gunk out of your lower extremity, this is a very cost-effective, easy way to do it without breaking the bank, okay? What I want you to understand here on our new model, we Velcro in instead of zip. Some people, there we go. Some people don't like the Axis compression boots because they're fully enclosed. You can't see anything. So if you're one who wants to keep control or keep a visual of your blood flow and the color of your skin, and if you have an open sore, or if you've got swelling, and you want to be able to keep an eye on a bruise or what have you, but we're needing to work on inflammation, they made these so that they don't pop open. And then of course we've got a knee cuff included, and then this is also a heated, so you get heat in 2 different levels, and you also get 6 modes of air compression energy as with 3 intensity levels. So there's the leg and the calf and the thigh. So this is not going to go all the way up into the hip, whereas with our Axis compression boots, we're actually getting up into the hip, into the thigh. So again, with this, our circumference of our thigh goes up to 39.6 inches. So that being said, if you have a thigh that's 40 inches around, it's not going to work because you're going to be edge to edge. And then when the air fills up, it's going to be like, boop. So you don't want to do that. But 31.1 inches to 39.6 inches with the overlapping of these panels is going to fit, some of the thighs that are more muscular, more swollen, or, what have you. But more importantly, it's going to be more comfortable than the originals. Calf circumference is going to be 23.8 to 26.4. And I'm just going to tell you, if you have a calf smaller than 23.8, you're still going to gain some great benefits with having these on. So my daughter, who is 11, she will benefit from these as well. When it comes to the feet, there's your foot cuff down there at the bottom, okay? You can squeeze a foot from heel to toe, and the Piggly Wigglies can pop out the bottom. The foot is going to be measured at 13.8 to 16.9. So you can host a big foot in the bottom of this panel and still be okay. It does have heat and it does have compression. We've got 6 modes of compression. We've got 2 levels of heat. Heat on the low setting is 95 degrees and heat on the highest setting is 131 degrees. And it's got an auto shut off of 20 minutes. So, and you can use the knee cuff or you don't have to. But anyhow, there's our cord that plugs into our control panel here, our remote. So here's our remote. You give a little wiggle here. So as you can see here on the remote, we have our on-off, we have our program setting, we have our heat setting, and then you're going to see M1 through M6. You're going to see a high and a low, okay? The M1, M2, M3, M4, M5, and 6, those are all independent programs that are already pre-programmed in here to be able to provide you with an extraordinary experience without having to think in your mind about how to make adjustments to the device. So the M1 is going to start by cycling. I want you to remember this. There's a cycling or there's a massage feature. When we talk about cycling, we're cycling through sequentially or not sequentially, but we're cycling through. And when we are massaging, we're actually just massaging. So when we are massaging, we're staying in one panel versus when we're cycling, we're getting multiple chambers airing up sequentially in order to give you the experience that you're looking for. Whether you're wanting to push whether you're wanting to push circulation down into the extremity. So if you're somebody who has trouble with circulation in the extremity and you're trying to get blood flow down in order to heal more effectively, we have a system, we have a program that pushes circulation down. if you have recently suffered an injury like an ankle sprain or shin splints or if you've had compartmental syndrome, don't want to do this for compartmental syndrome. So ignore me when I said that. Compartmental syndrome is creating more compression. So we don't want to create any more compression than we've got. But ideally, we want to be able to pump all that energy up. So Alberto, you have cold feet. So we need to drive circulation down in order to warm up that area, because cold feet is usually you either have compromised or slower circulation to the extremity, or Raynaud syndrome is another autoimmune condition in which your feet or your hands can turn like a purple, blue, or red when you're not able to circulate as much energy down into there. It's not a life-threatening condition, but it just takes a little more oomph in order to get energy circulating down in there. So for those individuals, for you, Alberto, you're gonna enjoy this because you have the ability to push the circulation and the warmth of the blood flow down into the extremity. For somebody who has trouble with circulating lymph out of the lower extremity, or we're trying to detox, if you're an athlete, for instance, and you cannot afford the zip-up compression boots, the Axis compression boots, if you're an athlete who's trying to cycle out lactic acid, then you're going to want to cycle from the bottom and up. So we're trying to squeeze from the feet and working our way up. So when I tell you how these different programs work, I want you to hear cycling versus massaging. Massaging is just exactly as it sounds. The air is giving you a massage with the compression. And using the intensity levels, you can adjust that. If we are cycling, we are cycling in or cycling out. So we're compressing up and in, or we're compressing down and out. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to have Dawn do, I'm going to have you sit up here so that it's easier to see this in action. And I'm going to give everybody a chance to see how these all work. And then I'll go through the different programs and how they all come together. Now, keep giving me some information. If you are the lucky winner for the Radiate Pro compression sleeves, or the boots, I want to know what you're going to use them for so that we can make sure and give you an idea of which program is going to be beneficial for you, or whether, what you can expect. But we're going to give somebody a set of these tonight. So give me some hearts and some smiles and some thumbs up if this is the product that you would like to have, and why. Because it is a game changer. And again, these are made much better than the original ones in that they have more room. And I'm going to tilt this up a little bit. There we go. Okay, so let's have you swing your legs around so that you can lay back and relax. All right, so on this is going to tell me if I'm on the right or I'm on the left. And this one says L. So this is going on her left leg. And so it's quite simple how these go in. We're just going to open up the flap at the top, and we're going to slide foot in, making sure that the heel is all the way down the bottom. And if you notice, Dawn is wearing sweats, so you don't have to be bare skin in order to use this. And if you decide you don't want to use the thigh, you don't have to use the thigh. You just leave it open. Okay, so you don't have to use the thigh if you don't want to. So we're strapping in, and depending on how much intensity she wants. So for Dawn, her calves aren't taking up the full amount of space here in this cuff. So I'm going to go a little loose because I don't have any idea how she's going to feel about what's coming next. Kneecap may or may not align with the knee panel here. And if it doesn't, I've had this before, if it doesn't, you just leave it open so you don't have to use it. And then on this, we're going to bring the Velcro over the top, and we just attach it however we feel comfortable. For her, I'm going to start out nice and easy and loose. Loosey-goosey. Okay. And I'm going to bring the remote to the center. Okay. So make sure that everybody can see what we got going on here with Dawn. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and hook up on the other side. Actually, I'm going to let you do this so you can show the audience how easy peasy this is. And then I'll show everybody, if you look here on our cord here, this actually is already labeled R for right, okay? You are gonna take your control panel here, and it's actually labeled on the bottom. It's really faint to see, but there's an L and an R in there. Yes, it does compression out of the feet. So if you're interested in compression on the feet, that is an option. Now, what you're going to see is we have a little silver probe, and we have a correlating little socket in there that silver probe goes into. So when you slide it on in there, it goes in just like that. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get this to her. You don't know let you do that. How old are you, Dawn? Not that it matters, but 56. She is 56 years old. Okay? We've got a carry case here so you can pack it in your luggage if you're going on a trip. And I'm going to get her a power cord so that she can connect. It's really sealed up there, isn't it?
It is.
Not a bad thing.
So you probably just stick your foot in there. I have little feet, so.
And while she's doing that, I'm going to answer some of these questions. My feet are always cold and his feet hurt. He'd like this too. Absolutely. So here's the other thing to remember with the Access boots. The Access boots are not heated. So that's a big feature that you're gaining with the Radiate Pro compression sleeve versus the Access boots. If you guys give me a thumbs up if you have seen the Access boots. If you have any idea what I'm talking about, give me a thumbs up. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm going to kind of bounce with it. I've got a set here that I can show you the differences, but I want to make sure that you know that with the Radiate Pro compression sleeve, you're getting heat, you're getting a non-full enclosed leg. So if you're not wanting all of this closed up and you're not wanting to put pressure there, you can change how much intensity based on how tight you get it, whereas with the Access you can't. Once you zip it up, you zip it up. Okay? All right. So you feeling good?
Yep.
Okay. Got plenty of room to spare, right?
Oh yeah.
Way a lot of room. Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So you see R right there, right?
Yep.
And we see an R down there. Okay. So we're going to make sure that this silver pops into that silver socket. And then same thing on this top one. I want you to go ahead and put that in there, silver to silver. Now, the difference in the different massage cycles, the different preset programs. For the M1 cycle, which is default, it is going to cycle from the calf to the thigh to the foot simultaneously while increasing the intensity levels. So we're pumping up, and then we go back down to the foot, and then we work our way up, back down to the foot, and it just squeezes upward while increasing the intensity all through the same time, okay? When it comes to the M2 preset program, it's going to massage the calf and the toe and the thigh in a circulating fashion while increasing intensity. So calf cycling versus calf massaging is going to be our M2. Our M3 program, it is going to cycle from the calf to the thigh to the foot, but it's not doing it all at the same time with increasing intensity. It's just cycling sequentially up, okay? With M4, if you don't want to feel anything from here up, you're only going to feel M4 in the foot and the toes. M5, you're only going to feel it in the in the calf. You're only going to feel it in the calf. So you're not going to feel it in the foot at all. This chamber and this chamber are shut down, and we're only getting calf integration. When it comes to M6, you're going to get the entire foot and the toes, all the way into part of the ankle, okay? So there are so many different options that you have. And then again, you've got a manual mode. It has an automatic shut-off time of 20 minutes. So after it has cycled through the program, or after it's massaged through this program for 20 minutes, it automatically turns off. So if you happen to fall asleep because you're just so chill, you don't have to worry about having to wake up and turn it off. It'll automatically take itself off. Okay, so go ahead and push. You're going to hold down on that on-off button. Again, she has not used this before, so I'm just going to coach her through it so you can see her authentic, organic response on how this is working. So go ahead and push that on and off button. You're going to push and hold it for 3 seconds. Okay, and what do we have? Go ahead and turn it around. We have lots of green. You guys aren't going to be able to see it. So, oh, and it automatically kicked on. You can see the green lights that are on there. It has automatically kicked on to a low level of heat onto the M1 setting. Okay, and we've got 3 different levels of intensity. All you got to do is just sit there and relax. It's just doing all the work. So what do you feel?
Well, just, I don't know. I'm feeling my feet right now.
Feeling her feet. How quiet is it?
Quiet.
Not annoying?
No.
You're not going to wake anybody up at your house trying to use it?
No. No.
Okay, so when it comes to the size, the circumferential size of each chamber here, we've got a foot, we've got a calf, we've got a thigh. The foot has a circumference of a max of 16.9 inches. So if, in other words, if your foot is 17.5 all the way around, that's not going to fit. You're going to wonder how it is that I calculate the circumference. So I'm going to show you a trick here. I'm going to let her tell you what she's feeling while I go grab a tape measure. I'm going to show you how you measure yourself, the circumference of your foot, your calf, or your thigh. Because if you're thinking about using a measuring stick or a yardstick, it doesn't work that way. But let me show you an easy way that you can do this without having to have one of my devices. So tell them what you're feeling, and I'll be right back.
I'm just feeling compression in my feet and my calves and in my thighs a little bit, but not overpowering. Now it's decompressed. Now it's starting back up. It starts at my feet.
All right. 2 things that you can do in order to measure yourself. First things first, if you happen to have one of these tape measures that actually works it's a seamstress tape measure, what you can do on your foot, you guys are making me work here. So the length of the foot, my Piggly Wigglies, are 9.5, okay? The circumference, you can actually wrap around the foot, okay? And what you can do in order to get a real accurate reading on circumference is if you're measuring around the top of the foot, you can do it that way, or you can measure it around the foot and loop it around the ankle in a figure of 8, okay? So figure of 8. But most importantly, if you don't fit lengthwise, the ends are open so that you can slide your toes through. When it comes to the calf, okay, I'm gonna borrow you here. When it comes to the calf, we don't want to measure down here at the bottom or up here near the knee because those are narrow points. We want to take the largest area of our calf, and you're just going to measure around the center of the largest part of your calf. And for me, I'm right at 13, okay? When it comes to your thigh, you're going to come to the widest point of your thigh. And again, widest point of your thigh. And from here, for me, I'm like right around 23.5, okay? So these would be pretty loose on me, but still functional. Now, when it comes to not having a tape measure, just take a piece of string. So let's assume, or piece of ribbon. If you have a piece of ribbon, okay, and you want to wrap the ribbon around the biggest part of your foot or the biggest part of your ankle, where your ankle bones are located here, okay, then you're going to take that, and then you're going to go to a tape measure, whether it be, a mechanic's tape measure or carpenter's tape measure or a yardstick, and you can measure that piece of ribbon or piece of string that way. When it comes to your calf, same thing. Take your piece of string or whatever you got, whether it be a length of paper towel, whatever you got to measure with. But you're going to use a measuring stick or a tape measure at home that's rigid, that doesn't conform, and that's how you're going to measure yourself. So want to make sure you all know that. At the widest part of the thigh that this one will fit is right close to 40 inches. So plenty of room in these in order to operate. Are you feeling heat?
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit of heat. You have the option of changing your heat setting by clicking on that heat button right there. If you want more heat, it's going to be at 131 degrees, and low heat setting is 95. Okay, yes, you can use it for lipedema. You can also use it for lymphedema, whichever is most comfortable for you. I love to use these products. I have had bilateral hips replaced and bilateral knees replaced. Next week, I will be 61, diabetic, and fibromyalgia. Husband also has neuropathy in one foot. Awesome, Renee. So I have fibromyalgia, and I make sure I get on my platform every single day that I can. And I experienced some of the compression boots just for the first time not too long ago. I actually had time, and in fact, actually used them in my sauna, and it was fantastic. So these will help with all of that stuff. If you are, just remember the knee, the job of the knee is to connect the foot calf to the hip. Our hip is supposed to be super mobile. And so if we're having hip pain, then we have to make sure that we're getting our foot ankle more happy, and not so much at the knee, but the foot and ankle. Because if the foot and ankle is not mobile together like it should be, that's where we ground everything. Then that means that the knee takes a different angle, which changes the alignment of the hip. So we have to make sure we're taking care of our feet. If you've never used this before, oh, it is amazing. Does it have the ability to be plugged in USB or standard plug line? No, it does not, Debbie. This one, unfortunately, does not come with an option of plugging into a power bank. It would be great if it did, but unfortunately, this one plugs into the wall. And then I'm seeing some other comments. Keep posting questions if you have questions. What's the max time that one can be sitting in one? You don't want to do it any more than an hour. An hour would be the max thought on that, the max timing. Use this for myself and my daughter's foot because we suffer from flat feet. Awesome. And then what is the difference in this one and the other one that Lifepro has? So Pam, I'm curious as to which other one you're referring to. If you're referring to the Axis boots versus the Thrive boots, I tell you what, I have all those products here because I get to test all of them and provide feedback for Lifepro. So while Dawn is continuing to share with you her experience because she's never seen this product, she does not work for me. She's one of my longtime clients of 8 years. She happened to come in today with some foot pain, and so I said, hey, let me borrow you for a minute. Let's give you a chance to try this stuff. I'm going to let her tell you what she's experiencing. Which program are you using?
I just switched it to the massage one.
Okay, cool. I would like for you to tell everybody what you feel is the difference between massage versus circulating. If you can tell the difference.
I can't tell the difference yet.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'm going to go grab another set of boots for individuals to see the difference because we want to make sure when you're ordering your product that you know exactly what you're getting and you're comfortable with the questions that you're asking being answered. So give me less than 30 seconds, and I'm going to let Dawn talk.
Okay, with the first program that I was using, the cycle would start like at your toes and kind of go up and compress. And this one is it's sort of doing the same. But I don't know. I think I like the massage part better than the circular one. I feel it stays maybe in the area a little longer than the one that was circulating. But I like this one better. I told him I like this program better.
Which one is it?
It's the massaging one because I think it focuses on one area a little longer and then it goes to the next one.
Awesome. I like.
Rather than,
Okay, friends. I brought a couple of friends here, a couple of favorite devices. Now, this is not what we're featuring today, but I want you to see the difference. These are the Axis boots. Number one, they are not a separate unit. They are all one plug-in, and they are all one length, okay? And they zip. So when you see Dawn, you can see her foot ankle here in the front. You can see her knee. If she doesn't want her knee covered, we can unstrap the knee. It's Velcro versus zippy, okay? These are much tighter around in the thighs for a lot of people to zip. You still have the ability to turn the chambers off, but with this one, you actually choose the massage based on what you want to feel. So this is definitely more money by several $100s. And more, these are more catered to athletes for recovery, but they work for anybody. Now, our other Thrive systems, I brought a couple. These are the Thrive Plus, okay? Now, I'm going to show you here in just a second on Dawn because of size-wise. You can see that she can fit into these just fine. These look almost exactly the same as what she's got on now, but they are going to be different in fitting around circumference-wise. So, and these have the extender panels versus them being built in. You actually have to attach these separate. So they actually come like this. Now, if you can see this thigh, this would be a normal thigh without the extender panel versus the one she's already got on. These also do not have heat all the way throughout. One of these has a heated knee and it has a heated foot, but not all of them are heated. But the biggest problem with the originals that are been improved with this is the new and improved are made for bigger circumferential calves, foot, and thighs. So we ran into trouble with people being able to fit into some of the others. Now these are the Thrive X, okay? The Thrive X and the Thrive X don't have any kind of a knee. They don't have the heating feature necessarily the same. And of course, these don't have, again, the bigger circumference around the thigh. So to give you some perspective for me, personally, I've already given you my numbers on the thigh. I'm going to go ahead and slide this on. And you can see how this fits on me. I have no idea if I'm on the right or the left. I'm just picking a side and going. So on this one, I can get the calf around, but it is, see, I can't even get my thigh. I can't even get this around my thigh completely. Let me slide this down so you can see. So this is not completely snug, okay? But you can see my thigh here on top. You cannot see the thigh on these. So the thigh is completely wrapped on the new, on the Pro, versus on the Thrive X or the Thrive Plus. And the Thrive Plus look almost exactly the same, except they have a knee panel, and one of them is heated. The Pro, you're getting the heat, and you're getting 6 programs. You turned up the heat? You like the heat?
yes.
The heat is good because we're in Indiana, and in Indiana it's what right now? It's getting cold. Getting cold. We got a 50-50 shot of snow this week. On Friday. It's crazy. It's not supposed to happen like that yet. Tell me, those of you that are watching, tell me if it's snowing or if it's raining or if it's hot where you're at. Because we still have leaves that are looking beautiful on our trees until Friday, and then they're gone because it's going to get so cold. All right, so there is the difference between the Thrive X and the Thrive Plus, okay, and the Pro. So she's got the Pro on right now. Everything is fully enclosed. These have the ability to be fully enclosed once you attach the extender panels. One of these has similar control panel to what she's got now. One has this one right here, completely wireless. These two are, and that's what the differences are. So for those of you that are curious, and then with the Axis boots, they zip up all the way. So I'll show you the Axis boots. I'm not sure if I've got the right side or not, but we're going to pretend like I do. And so there's the Axis boots. And so it is zipped up all the way, okay? And it comes all the way up. It comes up a lot higher. It comes up a lot higher with compression. It comes up all the way to my groin. This one stops in the thigh, okay? So there's the differences between the two. This would not be good time for me to trip, would it? I would be prone to doing something like that. All right. So there we have it. Oh, goodness. We got stuff everywhere. Okay. This is perfect for me as I want to take up running, but I know my feet and calves will be crying. Absolutely. Ooh, 60s today, New York City. Lucky you. I bet it's beautiful there today. 70s is in Georgia. Georgia would be perfect weather. 60s, I bet Tennessee is beautiful right now. Ooh, 80% humidity. I was thinking about getting for Christmas last year for Amazon for my mother-in-law because she has arthritis. Good option. Definitely good option. In fact, I don't know how long they had these in stock last year for Christmas. I remember I was in Arizona and I ended up in ordering a couple of sets of these for some of the seniors in Phoenix because I was at a senior retirement community and they absolutely loved them. And so I ordered in a couple of pairs to send out there for family and friends for the holidays, and they were sold out very, very quickly. So I don't know what their stock is of the older ones, but on the new ones are bigger and better and have more room to expand, and it's a good thing. And they have a lot of same features, the heat feature, and then they've also got the cyclic and the massaging point to them. So excited to see all of you again. It's beautiful in San Antonio, Texas. I've actually never been to Texas. I'd like to go there sometime. I'll be down in Florida, hopefully around the holidays this December, and I'll be back hopefully out in Arizona if we can make the flight. Flights are really hard right now because of, life and everything, all the changes happening with the with everything politic-wise. So I hope that we make it out there, but time will tell. So anyhow, what's your overall experience?
Good.
Good. What do you feel? Are you relaxed?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Are you gonna be able to leave those here?
Yeah. Maybe.
She wants to take them home. Do I tour for fitness? I sure do. I actually spend time out in California. I was supposed to be out in California last Friday, but it was my daughter's birthday, and I've missed her birthday the last 2 years to be out in California working. So I turned down the option to staying home so that I could take her on some adventures. So we went hiking in the hills of Indiana here at one of our state parks for her birthday. And then we took a bunch of her little gal pals from school and we went zip lining and did some rock climbing and some laser tag and all kinds of fun stuff. So it was, but I do tour for fitness, and it just depends on where I end up. And most of that is coordinated by paying for travel and all that good stuff. But you're always welcome to come here. I'm only 30 minutes from the Indianapolis airport, so I have clients that fly in to visit us for pain relief. And we've had some people come in for actual training, who do a lot of personal training and certified strength coach. And then I'm a hybrid coach of sports medicine, sports performance, massage, body work, and mind coaching. So I do a little bit of everything. And so people come when they don't get results where they're at and they're at the end of the road. That's when people come to see me. So what's your favorite product so far? She likes the foot massager. Yeah. And so you have used a lot of our products out in the gym, like the vibration platform and the massage gun. Mm-hmm. She loves the massage gun. How many times have we used the massage gun on your butt?
All all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
And we've used it on your arms a lot because you've had some of what resembles thoracic outlet syndrome, and we were able to fix that without other challenges. So what's your overall favorite product of LifePro? She's looking at that foot massager.
I like the platform and I like the, regular massager.
She's liking the foot massager.
But yeah,
This is the VibraCare Plus foot massager. So those of you that missed it, I'm going to unplug it so we can bring it over and close in person. Those of you that missed it, it does run with remote control, and you can use your toes to activate the controls. But it has 3 different positional tilts so that you can do it in 3 different position settings, 30 different intensity levels, 1 through 9 are low level, 10 through 19 are moderate level, and 20 through 30 are high level. It is not waterproof. We have had a waterproof water massager, foot massager in the past, the TropiCare. It is sold out, but it does have a heat feature, 108 degrees to 113 degrees. Default settings for 10 minutes. Some of the preset programs are 10 minutes, and then the manual mode is 15 minutes. Touch screen can be locked. Sound can be turned off, and you can use it all from the remote instead of having to bend over and touch the panel. You can use it for your arms if you choose to. You can use it for the arch of your foot here with the arch bar. The panels on here are texture and rubberized for non-slip, and so that you can get comfortable whether you're barefoot or whether you are wearing socks or shoes. It's actually, to be honest with you, it's actually the perfect height that if you're sitting at your desk, if you sit at your desk with your feet elevated, it actually neutralizes your pelvis so that you are not straining your low back. So if you're finding that you are having trouble with your low back when you sit at a desk or you work a lot, or maybe when you're driving, if you're needing to elevate your feet on an angle in order to stabilize your pelvic alignment, so that you're not able to have to worry about using those abdominals to stay upright, that pelvis gets into a neutral alignment and you can really relax and get comfortable in your chair and not have to worry about slumping down in the back. So whether you use it for massage or you use it for a footrest, it's at that perfect incline that you can keep everything neutralized if you're trying to figure out how to minimize back and hip pain. So not only are you using it for your feet, but it'll actually relieve pain in your hips and your back because of the ergonomic positioning of when you're sitting at your desk or sitting at your table or what have you. So it just kicked off, didn't it? 20 minutes, one and done. All right, that being said, we've been on here for a while, so I don't want to take much more of your time. As much as I love visiting with all of you, I know you have a life outside of LifePro as well. So I have got winners, 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 winners. Give me lots of claps. Give me lots of love, lots of thumbs up, and I will share who our happy winner is here. Gotta see some feedback. I gotta see some clapping hands, some thumbs up, some whoop whoop, right? Because we need the energy, right? Okay, so for the Radiate Pro compression sleeves, oh, there we go. Here it comes. Oh, I love it. You're filling me up with energy. I love it. For the compression sleeve here that Dawn is featuring tonight, those are going to go to Shelly Sessions Carter. Shelly, you are the winner, so make sure you shoot a message to LifePro via Messenger and let them know your address and proper spelling of how you want your package labeled so we can get that to you immediately. And VibraCare goes out to Libby Peters. Libby Peters, you are the winner of the VibraCare Plus foot massager. So again, Libby, make sure that you send us a message through Messenger or clicking send message on whatever platform you're on so that we can make sure and get all of your information so you can get that really, really quick to enjoy it with yourself and your loved ones. Okay, I have no idea when we are launching more goodies. There's more stuff coming. And you got to be looking out for all the different specials that they've got coming out. I can't tell you any hints as to when this stuff is coming out because they don't tell me until the day of. We just try and plan for something special so I can entertain you all and visit with all of you. Somebody said that I'm an encyclopedia the other day on the Facebook forum. So If there's questions that you do have, and if you happen to be in our Facebook VIP community, make sure and tag me if you have a question, because I don't, in order to do more of one thing, you have to do less of another. In order to start doing something, you have to stop doing something. And so I really prioritize maximizing my time as much as possible. And so I check social media a couple of times a day, but I don't scroll a lot. I go to my notifications and see where I've been tagged. And so if you tag me on a question, I'll be more than happy to respond back with whatever expertise I might know. And if it's something I don't know, I will learn it. One of my values is I have to learn something new every single day. And so I make sure that I research whatever I have to research, or call an expert that might know more than me, and figure out what it is we need to share with you, so that you're getting legitimate information from medical professionals within the field, as opposed to just somebody who just says, I know it because that's what it is. And most everything that we do is evidence-based or research clinical-based. And a lot of our products are FDA approved for the use of different conditions. So especially for pain, because not all of you can afford to go out and work with a physical therapist, an athletic trainer, or massage therapist, or chiropractor, or physician. So if we can get you the different resources that you might see in some of those facilities at the convenience of your home for a fraction of the price of what one therapy session would cost you, that's kind of the mission with Lifepro, is to give you some options to use at home with cutting edge, innovative tools and devices for pain relief and for longevity of life and for overall health and wellness. So make sure to connect with us on our social media channels between Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We have a tremendous amount of informational videos on YouTube that I have done for Lifepro for all of you to conveniently learn about some of these different products and how to use the programs, how to apply yourself from a fitness or a rehab standpoint. And if there's something, again, that you need help with, don't hesitate to tag me in Facebook in one of our communities, and I will go back through and check it as often as I can. So bear with me if it takes me a day or two to go back and check. You can always text me direct. I might not get back with you within a few days because I get a lot of messages, but you can text me with some questions. Or if you happen to be in the Indiana or the Midwest area and want to come visit with us, you can text me direct. It's 317-446-7971. I've had a lot of people that reach out, and if there's something that I can do to make your life better, I feel like that's God's purpose for me, is to be able to share through my own adversity and my own pain to deliver you opportunities for a better tomorrow or better today. So thank you also very much for watching. We'll look forward to seeing you as to how you are using your devices. So don't hesitate to post your success stories or share your success stories. I love it when people text me their success stories and how we have changed their life. That's how it fuels me up inside. But not only that, let us know it's not going right, so that we can continue to innovate and improve the products, as we have done with the Radiate Pro, so that you're getting what you want. Because Joel and Abe and our team at Lifepro are phenomenal with integrating change in new products, leaving the things you love in them, but also innovating them to being better and better each and every year. Because recovery is truly one of the most underestimated applications of how we live longer. And so we can all be like Benjamin Button and live life backwards, aging backwards, right? And so with Lifepro and using a lot of this technology at home versus having to pay lots and lots of money to go and see somebody for the medical grade version of it, you're getting a dose of greatness in your own home as often as you like it, which is many of you, that's all you need. It's just a little dose instead of a lot of. Remember, less is better, and keep things simple. And remember, because we're in the month of November and around the time of Thanksgiving, let's make sure that we are remaining grateful for the little things in life, the opportunity, especially in the middle of a pandemic, the middle of so much adversity in our country, just, being able to recognize the small things, being able to go outside and breathe fresh air, being able to see or to hear, to use your true senses, being able to get vertical, to breathe without an oxygen tank. Whatever it is that you're grateful for, continue to embrace that, because as so many of you are suffering, and so many stories I hear of people who are at the end of their rope, it is looking at what you have that helps you, that what you don't have. I had somebody in yesterday and she was looking for pain. And I said, why are you looking for pain? She's so used to being in pain that she didn't know what to feel for without pain. And so I told her, I said, over time, your body has created this mental block that you're supposed to feel pain all the time because that's what you're used to. He or she who has no pain and no health problems has 1,000 dreams. And he or she who doesn't only has one. And so if you can have the ability to dream and to think and to do things you never thought you'd be able to do, simply because you don't feel the pain you used to feel, or you feel better on a day-to-day basis, that's our purpose for all of you. And so make sure that you are celebrating what's going right instead of focusing on what's going wrong. That's part of flipping the switch on how your body actually starts to feel, because we carry emotion in our body. From whether it's emotional or spiritual or mental pain, we feel that, and it comes out in the form of physical pain. So a lot of physical pain is actually internal from the mindset. So you have to change your mindset as to how you move forward in order for these products to help you to continue to improve. So I want you to pay attention to the little things. What do you feel different today?
My feet feel good.
Your feet feel good. And so you came in the other day and what did you say to me? You said, my feet are doing something really weird. And you said, you're in a lot of pain. And so what happened today?
I have no pain.
You have no pain. And how was your day? I could see you guys, I could see her because I've known Dawn and I've worked with her for a long time. I saw you a couple of days ago, or maybe it was, today is Tuesday, or today's Tuesday. I saw you yesterday. Mm-hmm. And I said to you, what's going on? Because you gave me that look of like life sucks today. Yeah. And I said, what's going on? I can always tell when there's something off with you. And today, I didn't have to go asking for you. You actually came to me.
I did.
And you were excited. Yeah, and you were happy. And you're like, how did this happen? Because all I did was one little thing different. But what was the biggest part of your day? You were able to enjoy your day because you didn't experience the pain.
Yeah, my toe. Yeah.
Just a toe. Just a toe made her day miserable yesterday. And I could see it when she walked in the door. She wasn't limping. I could see it in her face. So we wear our emotion on our face and in how we move and our body language and our behavior and how we treat others. So again, just make sure you're embracing and being grateful and celebrating what's going right. And eventually there'll be more going right than what's going wrong. But when we focus on what's wrong, it's really hard for our body to get out of that rut and start thinking right. So keep believing and keep using gratitude and keep sharing with us all of your positive energy and what's going right in your world so that we can continue to give our love and energy back to you. Have a wonderful evening, and thank you so much for watching.